You and I are going to be working out our full body today. Consider this my informal introduction and an optional warm-up for you. I recommend you do this warm-up. It's only going to be 60 seconds, but it'll get your body and your hips ready to do the workout. I'm going to be guiding you before each exercise and trying to tell you exactly what we're going to be doing so that you're not surprised with any changes or shift in the speed of the workout. I hope you enjoy this. For our first exercise, coming up at the bottom left of your screen, is going to be the leg extensions. With this, it's pretty simple. Just make sure you are controlling the weight as you're coming down and don't let the weight control you. Coming up right after these leg extensions, we have the front squats. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to rest in between. If you do not have a barbell to perform the front squats, you can always use a pair of dumbbells, or if you have access to a pair of kettlebell, you can also do that. If you don't have free weights, then you can use the bottom cable on the machine with a rope and just hold it close to your body and squat. But I highly recommend you use a barbell because of the added benefit of engaging your core as you are doing the movement, and it is very beneficial to you if you are a beginner to help you form a very strong foundation moving forward on your fitness journey. Next on our list, we have the leg curls to target the hamstrings. We're going to be doing one leg at a time. With this, make sure your hips are hinged forward. That way you are exclusively targeting your hamstrings and not part of your glutes to help you pull the weight up. And just try to control the weight as it comes down and you will be in a good position. Okay, so we are about to switch legs now, and if you can, switch to your other leg and begin the same movement that we just did, but now on your other leg. Our next exercise is going to be the Romanian deadlift. This is also going to target your hamstrings. The leg curls were pretty much helping with the contraction. Now we are going to stretch it out. And with this movement, the goal is to keep your chest up and your arms straight down. If you can, keep the weight that you're using, either a barbell like myself or a dumbbell, close to your body so that your lower back does not experience any pain. And if you do experience pain in your lower back, just always stop and you can skip this workout, or just skip this workout if it's hurting your lower back. I don't want you to hurt. We are now going to transition into the upper body portion of this workout. To start it off, we will be doing a couple different variations of push-ups, and they are going to target your chest, your back, and your triceps. For those of you who cannot do a full push-up, you can always use your knees and place that on the ground, or you can even push against a wall. It's okay. But at my signal, you are going to place your hands in a neutral position, shoulder width apart, and do regular push-ups for about 20 seconds. At my signal, you would then bring your elbows as close to your body as possible. This is going to help you target your triceps in a push-up position. And then finally, we are going to spread our hands apart to do a wider variation of the push-ups to target more of the outer portion of the chest. So let's begin in about 15 seconds. All right, on my signal, we are going to begin regular stance push-ups, and let's go. So far, so good. Now I want you to bring your elbows as close to your body as you can and keep doing push-ups in this position. You should be feeling it in your triceps a lot. Keep going. Now I want you to spread your hands apart as far as you can, that is comfortable for you, and keep doing push-ups in this wider position. Next up, we have the chest press. This is going to be targeting mainly the outer portion of your chest. When you're doing this, make sure your elbows are pointed to the baseboard of the floor, pretty much a 45-degree angle between your torso and your biceps. That way you are not targeting a lot of your inner deltoids and really stretching that muscle in a position that it should not be in. So just watch me as I do this and go as fast or as slow as you can, and also use this opportunity to adjust the weight if you need to. Coming up next, we have the chest fly. So once the buzzer goes off, I want you to stand up and remove the 2 pins at the top of the machine to allow the chest press handles to move freely in and out. Watch what I'm doing right now. With this, we're going to be targeting the inner portion of the chest, so make sure you are picking a weight that is not heavy for you. And when I do this, I love to pretend to clap. That way I can really target the inner fibers of the chest muscles that I want to target. Right after these chest flies, we have the tricep extensions. For this, I want you to grab the straight bar and the chain that comes with the machine and adjust it to whatever height you feel comfortable, and also adjust the weight as well. For the best possible effect, you want your elbows to always be pointing down and your hands to be able to move freely up as high as they can and all the way down. The higher up you can move your hand without your elbows moving up, the more of a stretch you are going to feel in your triceps. And of course, you want to be able to extend your hand all the way down, like your fist all the way down to the ground. And that is pretty much the whole movement. So play with the weight a bit, play with the chain length, and adjust that according to your height. Coming up next, we are going to be doing our biceps. So you are going to move the chain and the straight bar to the bottom of the pulley system. For this, if you are, let's say, 6 foot or above, you might have to squat down and do your biceps curl that way. Anybody else who is shorter than 6 foot, you can use the maximum length of the chain and be able to curl your target your biceps. And for this, because the length of the weight isn't long enough to fully get a full contraction in your biceps, you are going to want to also keep your elbows as close to your body, pretty much mimicking a drag curl, but not really doing a drag curl. So just try not to bring your hands to your face as you're curling the weight, because it won't be able to go that far up. So just watch as I do my curl and try to mimic my position. As you can see here, my elbows stay straight down and the bar only comes up to the top of my chest, and my, of course, elbows and arms up close to my body. And that's it. Next up, we are going to be doing the hammer curl to target the brachialis portion of your biceps as well as your forearms. For this, I am using the the red ankle strap that comes with the machine, and I have a pretty short towel, and I run that through the ankle portion, and that's my rope that I'm using to do my hammer curls. That's it. So if you have a towel laying around or even a t-shirt, use that, and that's your rope for this exercise. Pretty ingenious way to do this, if I say so myself. Coming up next, we are going to be doing overhead tricep extensions. For this, keep the attachment that you currently have for the hammer curl. We're going to sit down and face the opposite way and just do tricep extensions that way. Try to adjust the weight if you need to, and just make sure to get into this position. You're going to pretty much twist your body around while you're grabbing the weight, and then just twist it back up over your head, and you can begin the movement that way. Use this time and pause the video if you have to, and play around with the movement to make sure that you are in a very comfortable position when we start. coming up next, we have the lat pull downs. For this, you're gonna need to attach the straight bar, and actually you don't need to change. So just attach the straight bar to the top of the pulley system, and that's how we're gonna be doing this movement. As far as how your form should be, you want to be able to apply pressure on your pinky and your ring finger as you are pulling the bar down, and of course try to keep your abdominal muscles engaged the whole time. That way you are not leaning too far back and using that momentum to pull the weight down. Right after this, you are going to stand up and reduce the weight and start performing the lat pullover. This is another movement for your lat muscles. So make sure you reduce the weight like I just said. And if you can, try to keep your core engaged as you're doing this, and just allow your shoulders and your elbows to not bend as you're pulling the weight down. So just, if you don't know what to do, go slow, right? Don't do too fast, and you should be in a great position to target those muscles that I explained earlier. And the same thing too, if you can apply pressure to your pinky and your ring finger, that will allow you to internally rotate your elbows in and really get those lat muscles activated as you're pulling the weight down. Next up, we have the bent over rows at the bottom of the pulley system. You're going to remove the straight bar from the top of the pulley to the bottom of the pulley. The movement is pretty straightforward. You don't need the chain unless you are very tall. Then use the chain and adjust the length according to your height measurement, and try to mess around with the weight during the rest break to pick the right weight for yourself. And that's it. Just pull the bar to your belly button and you should be good. Oh, and by the way, if you don't know, this movement specifically is going to help you with the back thickness. So if you want a really thick back, you have to do a lot of this specific kind of movement where you're pulling the weight to your body. Alright, so coming up next, we have our last exercise. This is called the animal push-up. You will see it in the bottom left hand of the screen. Pretty much you're gonna get into a push-up position and keep your knees off the ground at all costs. If you can do this like how I'm doing it, you can always put your feet to the back of a wall to push off of, but of course it'll be a lot easier. So try to challenge yourself by keeping it off of the wall, and you will be able to target all the muscles that we have worked out today in this one movement. This is going to be the last exercise here. I think they're called animal push-ups, but pretty much going everything together, allow you to see all the muscles kind of that we've worked out so far, and help you maybe form a better mind-body connection with yourself. So these are really awesome. Pretty much just watch my form as I do it. You can use the back of a wall if you